In this video, we're going to look at the 10 scariest kids' toys you should run away from. Keep watching because some of these toys might be right under your bed. Number 10. Teddy Ruxpin, the Kid Terrifier. Do you think only real-life bears are scary? Think again. Children in the 1980s are very familiar with the character Teddy Ruxpin. This beloved toy gained a reputation as one of the most terrifying cursed dolls in the entire world. The years 1985 and 1986 saw it become the toy with the highest number of sales. I know what you're thinking. What went wrong here? He appears to be such a cute and cuddly little guy dressed in fluffy clothes. However, things moved very rapidly in a different direction. It wasn't long before children all across the world began sharing horrific stories about Teddy. Some people believed that it brought bad luck to their family, was responsible for the deaths of others, and was possessed by the spirit of a kid who had died. That is one terrifying toy bear for children to have. Number 9. The demonic zombie not-so teddy bear. This toy looks like it came straight from the burning depths of the underworld. When viewed from a distance, it appears to be no different than any other cute and fluffy bear. Do you think that it would be appropriate for children? To be honest, probably not when you're right up close. It has glowing crimson eyes, pointed teeth, and an overall appearance that makes it look like more of a bloodthirsty devil than a cute plaything. This is not something that I would ever consider giving to my kids. It makes me feel as though it wants to take my soul from me. The combination of zombies and teddy bears is not a good idea. The cuddly appearance of a bear's face is not in the least bit enhanced when it's splattered with blood and has only part of its skull exposed. Number 8. Jolly Chimp, the King of Symbols. One could have a hard time picturing a period when a youngster would look upon this with delight rather than terror. Even though this doll had a role in Toy Story 3, which attempted to normalize it for the rest of the world, it's possible that The Monkey, a short tale written by Stephen King in 1980 about a monkey that's been possessed and won't leave people's brains, is to blame. And yes, I know a chimp and a monkey aren't the same. Wait, is it that the eyes are way too wide and the symbols are playing too cheerfully? No matter what it is, this is, without a doubt, one of the creepiest toys that have managed to find their way back into production. Number 7. Furby the Nightcrawler. In principle, the Furby could prove to be a successful product. Children are always looking for something that they can take care of, such as a pet, but they may not always have the attention span or the ability to handle the responsibility that comes with caring for another living creature. The fact that it isn't technically alive doesn't mean that you won't lie awake at night worrying that you'll hear a soft "I love you" coming from the bottom of the garment drawer that you've hidden it in so that no one will see it. The thought of playing with this toy has always given me the creeps. It seems as though it was plotting some kind of evil deed. People used to be crazy about Furbies, but that all changed when children realized there was something very sinister about the toys. During the night when everyone was sound sleeping, the Furby would give out a loud evil laugh. Many people were under the impression that the dolls were haunted by demonic beings. One child even said they had a vision of their Furby carrying a knife next to their bed. Number 6. The Face Bank. How can I educate youngsters about the worth of $1 in a fun and engaging way? Well, I can clearly tell you what it's not. It's not this outrageous-looking toy. No, it's not this eerie and unnervingly lifelike bank that slowly swallows whatever amount you give it while keeping steady eye contact with you. This creepy-looking creature hails from Japan and is known by the name Face Bank. Face Bank? What kind of name is that? He swallows your coins and stores them away for you in his stomach. Right now you can get your very own Face Bank for somewhere in the neighborhood of $20 on Amazon. I know, there's no charge for the nightmares. I don't know how to describe this invention other than to say it's absolutely bizarre. It's like something out of a really terrifying nightmare you had when you were younger. It's incredibly scary. When children attempted to place pennies inside the Face Bank, the money box would make a talking sound and open its mouth. Doesn't all of that sound like a lot of fun? Yeah, until a drastic change brought about a truly terrible situation. Parents reportedly began taking their children to medical facilities after the toy allegedly attempted to rip their fingers off. Many individuals are under the impression that the toys are possessed, even though it's not known for certain what caused this event. Number 5. Laugh-A-Lot Doll. This is very unsettling. Who decided that giving anything like this to children was a good idea? In 1970, Remco produced the Laugh-A-Lot doll. She stands at a height of 16 inches, with a body made of plush fabric and a plastic head that never stops laughing. The fact that they designed her with her mouth gaping open makes the whole thing even more unsettling. And when she's laughing, you can see some of her teeth poking through her gums. Because so many people were frightened by the very first commercial ever broadcast regarding this doll, the commercial was pulled from the air immediately afterward. This was done because of the widespread fear it caused. Some people have stated that she tries to emulate Chucky's voice quite well. This is how her voice comes across. She also has some Chucky-like features. She might easily pass for a female version of Chucky if her hair were cropped shorter and she were given freckles. Maybe they got the idea for the movie from something like this. Number 4, Pennywise Clown Doll. With its terrifying presence, this particular one will keep me up at night for the rest of my life. Try to shift your gaze for the time being. It's no secret that clowns inspire a healthy dose of fear. To take the image of a famous child-stealing, made-to-be scary clown from a highly popular horror film and transform it into a doll is not exactly going to make someone feel warm and fuzzy inside. In addition, this copy, which appears quite lifelike, does not try to show Pennywise as anything other than a murderer dressed as a clown who appears to be incredibly scary. This doll reminds me of the killer clowns who have been reported to follow cars and try to kill people when it's dark outside. It appears to have a satanic grin, which gives me the chills. Who would want to offer anything like this to their children? Even worse, it arrived in a box covered in another person's blood. That couldn't be a good omen, could it? After getting the toy clown, a guy began to observe the items around him were beginning to behave in strange ways. He was awakened in the middle of the night by the sound of plates breaking, doors opening on their own, and voices. He recorded the clown in an effort to figure out what was going on. The footage in the video was very unsettling. You can watch the clown come to life and start smiling demonically at the camera as soon as he realizes it's being recorded. If I were in his position, I'd throw him away as quickly as possible. Number 3, Little Miss No-Name Doll. In 1965, Hasbro decided to release a doll that needed some tender, loving care because she was without a home and appeared to have been abandoned. She was not even given a name. They decided to give this new creation the name Little Miss No-Name. It's been speculated that the peculiar Hasbro doll was designed to induce feelings of remorse in customers to compel them into buying the item. It doesn't appear that it was successful because the doll was taken off the market not too long after production began. Perhaps someone at the corporation took a closer look at it at some point and realized how sinister the product they had designed had turned out to be. This is a terrible concept for a toy meant for children. It's enough to make your skin crawl. Who exactly was it that thought of this? In my worst nightmares, I'll continue to be haunted by the image of this dreadful scene. However, the doll's appearance began to terrify children all around the world, despite the fact that they were designed to represent orphans whom children could look for and care for. They give off the impression that they can feast on your soul while you sleep and then drag you down into the depths of hell. Number 2, Hugo, the Man with a Million Faces. Okay, it doesn't have a million faces. That'd be insane and terrifying. But this has got to be one of the ugliest and creepiest dolls I've ever seen. This doesn't look like something I'd ever buy for my kids. He has the appearance of a mad scientist. Hugo is dubbed the doll with 1,000 faces due to his many guises. It was supposed to be possible to dress him up as whatever you choose, but children started reporting some weird things happening when they did so. He would switch up his disguise and make it appear like he was following you with his eyes. Yikes! Nothing's more unsettling than a person whose identity cannot be established. When it comes to practically all of the toys previewed so far, you receive exactly what you see, whether or not you want it. Hugo, on the other hand, allows you to change many aspects of his physical appearance, so you never know what you'll get with him. You can be absolutely certain of one thing: the penetrating and intense expression in his eyes will remain permanently unhappy no matter what you do to him. He'll probably exact his revenge when you're least prepared for it. Number 1, Jack in the Box. If you're the type of person who gets scared easily, you probably shouldn't watch this one. If that's the case, please turn away now. This Jack in the Box is different from others in several ways. This situation takes a sinister turn that could prove fatal. Even though the film Elf makes these traditional toys look easy and entertaining, there's still something about this wind-up toy that causes most parents to get worked up. Perhaps it's the clown who's having too much fun. It may be the creature's body moving all by itself, and it may be because it often has a will of its own in certain situations. When children begin to wind it up, the eerie voice of a young girl singing along can be heard in the background. That in and of itself is rather unsettling. In the absence of light, that's something I most emphatically do not want to hear. Enjoyed the video? Now watch this one.